drip, drive, love.
San Diego, how we doing tonight? We drinking tonight? Hell yeah. You guys want to know what I miss?
What do you mean?
Underage drinking. Overage drinking, boring by comparison. Like, I don't want to drink responsibly like a well-adjusted adult. I want to drink a Four Loko and fight my uncle on Thanksgiving. Just like the good old days. I'm assuming that most people in here remember Four Loko, right?
Yeah.
If you're an adult and you tell me that you still like Four Loko, I know for a fact you're behind on your child support payments. I just moved here from the Bay Area. Right before I moved, I got into a little bit of an altercation. All because I was wearing a Raiders hat. This dude came up to me and goes, "Go back to Vegas with that hat, you piece of trash." Kind of aggressive. First off, I am not a big Raiders fan. I just kind of like the hat. And second, you can tell I'm not a big Raiders fan. Because if I was, I just would have stabbed that guy in the neck. Back when I lived in the Bay Area, I would go to San Francisco to do stand-up. And last time I went to San Francisco, I almost got robbed. And I say almost because as soon as I figured out what the dude was doing, I just started acting like I was getting really turned on by the whole thing. This guy had a gun. Stuck it in my face. I didn't know what to do. I just put it in my mouth. He goes, "You shut up, bitch." And all I could say was, "Yes, Daddy." All he wanted was my money, my phone, my shoes. What he got was my dignity and an erection. I'm a married guy. It is going all right. She's always using that phrase, "we're a team." But by that she means that she's LeBron James. And she has been trying to get me traded for a while. We went on vacation last year, stayed in a hotel. So you know that I thought I was going to be getting that bomb hotel sex. So that night when I, go to make my move, her excuse was that she just wanted to enjoy her vacation. Can you believe that? She turned down sex with this. A 5'8" garden gnome. Marriage changes you, women. As soon as you get a ring on your finger, you're too good to have sex in the Burger King bathroom. I get it. Marriage changed me as well. When I was growing up, I never thought I'd live in a house with so many decorative pillows. Single Dave, married Dave, very different. Single Dave rode a motorcycle, wore a sick leather jacket, drank Jack Daniels right out of the bottle. A real cool dude. Married Dave, on the other hand, he wears socks with his sandals and is just really excited about the farmer's market on Saturday. I dated quite a bit before I got married. And I'm not trying to brag, but I had some pretty cute girlfriends. One of them even looked like a certain famous pop star. It was Lance Bass from NSYNC. My wife and I started going to couples counseling, and our therapist is a woman. So I basically pay $250 just to get absolutely shit on for an hour. I'm not sure if anybody here has ever paid money to learn that every problem in your relationship is your fault, but I would definitely like a refund. We were there because I have trouble expressing how I feel. And my therapist asked, Is that because of your autism? And my response was, I never told you that I had autism. Then she took her notes and she crossed something out. Apparently she had diagnosed me as autistic and forgot to tell me. Been married for almost 8 years now. When you're married for any amount of time, people start asking you about kids. Like my mom. Will not leave me alone about having children. So lately, whenever she brings it up, my excuse is that my penis doesn't work anymore. Believe it or not, pretty good way of ending a conversation with your mother. I just don't view myself as dad material. And I mean nowadays, nice dad, where you have to be patient and kind and use the correct pronouns. I could totally be a 1950s dad though, where your only responsibilities are working at the factory, drinking gin every night, and neglecting your only son because he sucks at baseball. I have in-laws. They are just okay. They like to make fun of me for being from Bakersfield. Like they don't live in Modesto. We just kind of have this difficult relationship. And that's mostly because every single time we go to visit, I just end up clogging their toilet. You guys are fun. My parents are divorced. And when it first happened, my mom felt really bad. So she bought me a PlayStation 2 to make up for it. And if I'm being honest, it was completely worth it. My mom got remarried, so I have a stepdad. His name is John. And my mom and John are high school sweethearts that found their way back to each other. Some people think that's romantic. I'm here to tell you it is not. It is extremely suspicious.
Why?
My real dad's still in my life. I kind of think he's gay. He's been single for 25 years, hasn't dated a woman once. It makes sense. If my dad was gay, I'd be cool with it, you know? I just want him to be happy. If he brought home a man to Thanksgiving, I would be thrilled. I would have so many dads. I wouldn't know which one to play catch with first. A little bit about me, I'm not really into drugs. I figure I'm weird enough as it is. I don't need drugs to turn me into guy on the bus you don't make eye contact with. It's not for lack of trying. I want to do drugs. I just do not have the personality for it. I'm the type of guy at a party that would do a little bit of cocaine and then just call the cops on himself. Things have been going pretty well lately. I actually graduated top of my class a few months ago. Thank you. Pretty impressive, right? Even if it was from rehab. I was also drafted #1 overall in our rehab basketball league. I'm the only one whose tremors didn't affect his jump shot. So yeah, I am a recovering alcoholic. And it first hit me that I might have a drinking problem when I was scraping together change to buy 40s of Miller High Life. Ironically, at that point, I was definitely living my Miller low life. I think if you try to buy booze with change, the cashier on duty should legally be required to ask if you are all right. Being in rehab for alcoholism gets you zero street cred. I was in there with dudes that did unspeakable things for heroin. Let me tell you, they are not impressed by a guy who just really likes Bud Light Lime. Alcohol turned me into something that I never wanted to be, and that's a bar regular. I wasn't even a regular at a cool dive bar. I was a regular at Buffalo Wild Wings. And it has caused a lot of issues in my life with my family, but I still make jokes. So I'll go up to my gay dad and say, Hey, Dad, aren't you glad I'm only an alcoholic? And I'm not like, into cocaine or something? And he just looks at me and he goes, no, David. Successful people do cocaine. You guys have been great, thank you.